How much does it really take to get started in real estate? Stay tuned because in today's video, I'm going to break down the true cost of what it really takes to get started in real estate. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Myra from Our Nashville Realtor, and in today's video, I'm going to break down the true cost of what it really takes to be a realtor. So when I first started off, everyone was saying you need to budget X amount of money for all of your fees and everything that you're going to have to pay for up front. And you also need to budget money for just your general expenses because it's going to take a while until you actually receive your first paycheck. So for me, I kind of played around with numbers a little bit, and it seemed like I would need maybe $1,000 starting off for all my fees to cover everything that included testing materials, the actual course, the training course that I took in order to be able to sit for my licensing exam. That includes marketing materials and just all that kind of stuff. I was wrong. Let me just say that right now. It is more than that. And maybe there's ways to get around it, maybe there's not, but I kind of tallied everything up and we're definitely above that number. We're more than double that number actually. And I'm not trying to tell you this to scare you. I'm trying to tell you this so you can be prepared, because I was not prepared, because there's a lot of fees that are associated with getting started. I will say a lot of these are one-time fees, so don't get sticker shocked by, I'm going to need this amount of money every single year to cover my expenses. A lot of them are going to be one-time things, so you pay them once and then going forward it's just maybe a small monthly fee, or you pay a reoccurring yearly fee that's like half the price. All right, so starting off, the first expense that I had was the class that I took. In order to sit for your licensing exam, you need to take a real estate course, whether that be an online course or an in-person course. So for me, I took Real Estate Express. I will leave the link to it down below. Highly recommend it. It is a very affordable option if it's one that works in your area. Like I said, very affordable, and it is an online one. You go at your own pace. I think you have about 6 months to complete it after you purchase it. So that should be enough time for you. If not, you are able to buy additional time. So I know the prices range. I have never seen anything under 100. I've seen them all the way up to 1,000. So it just really depends on what courses are offered in your area, whether you choose to go in person or online, and pretty much how you shop it around. I want to say my Real Estate Express course was maybe 170, 180, something like that. Don't quote me on that, but it is around that price. I do remember it is for sure less than $200, and that is what I paid for mine. So that is my first expense that I racked up for my real estate journey. After completing your course, you are now able to sit for your real estate exam. So in order to do that, you have to go onto a website, sign up for it, pick your time and all that stuff, and you have to pay a fee. For me, ours is through PSI, and it was $35 to pay for your seat to take the test. So you pass your test, congratulations, so exciting. Next is more money. You need to go and then get your fingerprints done. They gave us a paper with all the information, the place that you go to, set up your appointment, yada, yada, yada. And it was $35 to get your fingerprints done. So now between your testing price and your fingerprints, you're at $70 on top of the sub $200 for your actual course. So after that, you are now ready to find a brokerage and sign with them. I went with Keller Williams, and they were so great with getting me set up. We had our onboarding appointment, and they set me up with everything that I needed. My errors and omissions insurance. That one is a hefty price tag, I will tell you that. So you pay for that in advance. Ours was about $250 for the 2 years. So I'm covered through the end of 2022, and that costs $250. Next up, you're going to need your actual license. That's another thing that was so great with Keller Williams. They helped me actually get my license and get that set up. Your license is, at least for me, it was $90. All right, so now we are around $600. So that is kind of, what I was thinking. I thought it may be a little bit more than that, but there's a lot more expenses after that. Like I thought that was going to be around it, maybe another like 200 or $300, but that was it. Not true at all. So depending on what brokerage you go with, there may be a desk fee or a sitting fee or whatever, or it may not be a fee at all. For me, I chose Keller Williams and they do have a desk fee. I believe that all the other benefits of Keller Williams negates the desk fee, so I chose to pay the desk fee. I know some brokerages don't have a desk fee, but the benefits of Keller Williams definitely outweigh it for me. I'll get more in depth with that on a later video, but with Keller Williams, they offer so much training that I don't have to pay for because it's covered. They also offer a bunch of like systems and programs that I can use to track things or to find clients and all that kind of stuff. So it's great. And they have a great referral system. And I mean, there's just so much. I could go on. The commission as well. They offer a very advantageous commission. So I think that you just have to weigh your pros and your cons. So I decided to go ahead with them and pay this desk fee. It's not super expensive. My husband and I are both with Keller Williams. So we have to pay, I'm not going to say double because we actually get a break for it being two of us. We pay $120 a month for both of us. But if it's just one person, if it's just you, at my market center, it is $75 for one person. They also have a separate sign-on fee, and that sign-on fee just pretty much covers all your sign-on stuff. You get business cards with it, you get a name tag with it. So all that kind of stuff is what is going to be included in your sign-on fee. Moving on, we have MLS. So our MLS is called RealTrax, and RealTrax has a initial fee that you have to pay when you first sign up. I believe that's like $145. Don't quote me on that, but I want to say it was around $145. And then after that, every single month, it is a $45 fee in order to keep it going. Okay, and then the last major one is going to be your Realtor Association dues. This is one that I don't know if I didn't do my research or what, but I was not even including this. I had no idea. This one came as a huge shock to me, and just be prepared because I don't know if it's like this everywhere, but be prepared. You have to sign up for an association in your area, in your local area. So for us, there was one for each county. There's 3 surrounding counties that I could be a part of. And it's expensive. That's all I'm going to say. It's expensive, guys. It was $717. And it shocked me. That's all I'm going to say. It shocked me because at this point we were already up to about $800. Let's say maybe $850. And then I thought that we were kind of closing in. I was like, okay, so just a few more little, things to wrap up here and we'll probably stay under 1,000. Like, no, it was $717. So that definitely, if you are not factoring that in, that is definitely like a big, because that almost doubles what you already have paid. So that's why I was saying that is probably the biggest shock to me. So be prepared if you're thinking you're going to stay sub 1,000. It's not, it may not be accurate. Out of that 717, I know for a fact 100 of that is like a new member cost. So between that and the RealTrax, that's already $200 that are just for new members that you won't have to pay the following year. Okay, so now we're around the $1,500, $1,600 mark, and we're still not done. Now, remember, I'm not doing this to scare you. I'm doing this so you can be prepared because it shocked me. Luckily, we had some savings and we're able to kind of, get through that, but just something to be aware of when you first start off. You're going to feel like you're writing checks constantly and it's going to be very overwhelming and you're going to get a lump in your throat and you're going to be like, what did I get myself into? But it is all worth it. It will work out. Everything will be fine because you close on one deal and that will cover most, if not all of these expenses. Around here in my part of Middle Tennessee, the average house is kind of selling for about 350. So with my commission split, selling one 350 house covers these expenses and then I'm whole again. So think of it that way. You got to get one sale and you're good. A few additional things that you don't really factor in when you're talking about like what I need to owe like these people and everything are just a few like marketing type things that you're going to need for yourself. First one's going to be headshots. You kind of really want a good headshot. That is going to cost you about $200-$250 unless your brokerage actually offers them for you. Keller Williams, for example, offers professional headshots. I believe it's once a month where you can go in and you can just get a free headshot for free. It's part of monthly fees that you're paying. So that is one advantage of Keller Williams. Even though you are paying for a desk fee, you're getting a lot of things like training and headshots and all that kind of stuff with it. So it works out. It's another thing about Keller Williams, they actually include the business cards in your sign-on fee. You get, I think it was like 500 business cards. It was a lot. It's a box this big. And if you're not getting those with your brokerage, that's going to be something you're going to have to pay for yourself. Other stuff would be marketing materials, like if you're going to print out flyers or you're planning on doing like door knocking or stuff like that. We ordered door hangers and we actually were able to order them through the system that Keller Williams offers, and they have it they pull up templates for you. They have all your information on there already. It's really a great system. And I think we paid about $200 for them. We got, I think, 500 door knockers. So that was great. We're going to use that and just go around and kind of market ourselves to people, but you can do flyers, you can do magnets, you can do whatever. So budget money in for that. That falls under advertising expenses. So like all the rest of the advertising that you would do, whether you're going to run like a Google ad, Facebook ad, all those kind of things, just how you're going to get your name exposed out there. You know, you want to throw up a billboard or something, whatever you want to do, put your name on some carts at the grocery store. That is going to be another expense for you that you need to factor in. So when you join your brokerage, I'm not sure about the others because I've only really interviewed with Keller Williams, and I know Keller Williams, they offer a website for you. But if you want, it's a very basic website. It pretty much just does the job. But if you want a more in-depth website and you want to like blog about housing things and all that fun stuff, then you're going to need to set up your own separate website. There's going to be a cost for that as well. We're actually setting up one right now, and we're looking at a template that's going to be about $100 for that template. And then the website hosting fees are $10 a month after that going forward. Another expense is going to be your signage. So if you're going to have open house signs or for sale signs, that is going to be another expense for you. I do know that you can get open house signs, like very basic ones at Home Depot, and they're like $3. So you can save on some costs there. But your for sale sign is probably gonna have to be a like nice sign that's gonna have your information on it, your picture, all that stuff. And that's definitely gonna run you some money. So just be prepared for that. So another expense for me was actually a wardrobe, which is something you probably are not thinking about when you are just trying to get started in real estate. I had been, staying at home during COVID. There was the lockdowns and all that stuff like that. And I was hanging out in sweatpants and hoodies and sweatshirts all the time, that I really did not have a great professional wardrobe. I was a flight attendant prior to this, and I just didn't own a bunch of outfits that I felt like I would be very confident showing houses and meeting up with buyers and pitching to a seller in. So getting a few pieces that would make you feel professional and confident are key to just a great presentation of yourself in this business. So I would suggest putting some money aside to just get a few pieces that that you'll feel really great in. All right, and last but not least, another expense, which is something that you can kind of think about later, but it's just something to be aware of. And every 2 years, you have to have a certain amount of credit hours of classes that you've taken, any type of training that you've done that fulfills that obligation. Well, silly old me didn't even really think I have to pay for these trainings. So you need to set aside money for that because you're going to have to pay in order to get those 16, for us it's 16, those 16 hours that you need in order to renew your license. Going down that path, you need to pay to renew your license as well. So hopefully by the time you reach the 2-year mark, you are doing somewhat well and selling houses. So that way you can just take some money from there and use that on your training courses and your renewal fees. But just something to keep in mind, those are expenses. It's probably going to be a couple $100 there, if not more. So I just tallied all of that up. Some of them are exact numbers that I paid at least. Some of them are kind of just guesstimates, but I'm at about $3,000. So that is factoring in, for sale signs, open house signs, a few, wardrobe pieces, all that stuff like that, business cards, just little things that you're not really thinking about. We're at about $3,000. So just to be aware, not trying to scare you, but it looks like the true startup cost, once everything is all said and done, is around the $3,000 mark. So yeah, that pretty much covers it. That's going to be it for today's video. Like I said before, not trying to scare you or stray you away from wanting to go down the real estate path. It's just trying to be open and honest about, I shared all my expenses with you guys. I'm trying to be open and honest about what the true cost is to get started in this business. So that way you have time to save up if this is something that you really want to do, which I highly recommend. I think it's a great career path, and I think that once you are able to close on your first home, you're going to make all that money right back. So it's great. It definitely sounds scary, like $3,000 without even knowing when your paycheck's going to come, but when that paycheck comes, you're going to be good. So that's going to be it for today's video. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. That's going to help other realtors and aspiring realtors find this information. And also, if you enjoy following real estate, you're curious about any real estate things, or you just want to follow along on my journey, please hit that subscribe button and you'll be notified every time I post a new video. So that about wraps up the true cost of what it takes to get started in real estate. If you are on your journey to becoming a realtor, I wish you guys the best of luck. It's a great career path, and just make sure you stay focused and save that money and you will be good. That's going to be it. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. It's